Hey guys, Zero here, and today I'm playing 5 Days a Stranger for the PC. This is actually the first in I'm not sure how to pronounce this. It's spelled Chzo, Chzo Mythos series. It was developed by Ben Yahtzee Croshaw in 2003, so it's a really old game now. I have played this before, but it's been so many years that I really don't remember too much about it except for a few key story elements. So I'll be reliving my experience with this game and bringing you guys along for the ride. So with that said, let's go ahead and watch the intro. So that's the basic premise of the story. You are Trilby, the gentleman thief, as he calls himself, and we're here to snatch up all the valuables from the Defoe Manor, where the last heir, or I guess the last old man, whoever it was, kicked the bucket. So let's go ahead and get started. And also, just as a note, I didn't read the intro there. I will be reading the text out loud on this. I know for some people it matters, others it doesn't. That's just what I do for most of these games. So just as a FYI. Day 1. Not really sure that would hook on to that, but okay, sure. And the gentleman thief makes his entrance. Now, right away, you can see with the controls, it's one of those systems where the different functions are separated. So if I want to move, I have that selected. I can switch to this other icon. If it would actually select, I don't know why it's not selecting. There we go. To look at things, and you see if you hover over certain objects at the bottom there, it'll actually bring the name of it so you can see what you can look at. So if I'm clicking on something that doesn't have a title, like the floor, it doesn't actually give me a description, but the window will. That's the window through which I entered this place. You can also use the hand to interact with things. If we try it on the window, it won't open. It must have been jarred shut somehow. Well, I guess I'll have to take the old-fashioned way out. Well, that's what we think. And then the last one is talking, which I think we can talk to ourselves. Aren't I already talking to myself? Well, actually, I am. I think it's breaking the fourth wall here because I'm talking to myself. But so let's see. Let's go ahead and just observe our surroundings. Also, you can right-click to bring up the other menu, so you can select the different functions here as well. This is also where we can save and load, as well as look at our inventory items. So we have our Grawly here. So if you actually look at it, my grappling hook launcher made to look like an umbrella. That's actually a very handy thing to have. Just so we can go ahead and have a starting point here. I'm going to go ahead and save this. Not as temp, just as temp. We'll use that through in between parts. And the nice thing is you don't have to click necessarily out of this. That was the creaking of the house. As long as you just move your cursor out of the window, it'll make it disappear, which can be actually kind of nice for convenience sake, for speed. Let's see. Let's go ahead and look at the cabinet. It's an empty glass-fronted cabinet. Kind of books the middle class keep around themselves in order to appear learned. An Armstrong 14 steel safe. I can crack these in my sleep. Well, then get to it, man. Let's see you work your magic. Oh, he actually opened it. Damn, empty. Guess the family solicitor got here first. I thought it wouldn't open for him. Shows you how much I remember about this game. A rather dreadful portrait of a woman, early Victorian style, and I notice a wedding band on her finger. This must be the wife of the mansion's first owner. An executive chair upholstered in black leather. Doesn't seem like a Victorian fixture. Must be an addition made by the most recent tenant. Bachelor of Law awarded to Clarence Defoe by the University of Warwick. Clarence Defoe was the last owner of the house who recently died, and I think I have just lost whatever sympathy I had for him. That's harsh, man. Can we mess with the desk? The drawers are all either empty or full of meaningless paperwork. It's too bulky to carry around. It's also unsigned and therefore valueless. Is that true? Does it have to be signed for a painting to actually be worth something? I have no interest in these books. I can see from here that it's empty. I'm gonna steal your certificates. You don't need them anymore. You're dead. They have no value to anyone except for the owner, and he's dead. Okay, well, never mind. All right, let's go ahead and get out of here. What? Oh, no. No! Stay away from me! Stay away! I booked it. What got into him? Oh, wait. I keep forgetting I'm wearing this thing. Who the hell was that guy? I was under the impression this house was empty. Well, apparently not. And there is music. I know it was quiet in that room, but there actually is at least some music in this game. Actually, can we look at ourselves? That's me, Trilby. Can we touch ourselves? I'm not sure what to do myself. Don't take that the wrong way. These windows are all so dirty, it's impossible to see through them clearly. Can we open this one? Jammed shut. Nope. Let's try all the doors before we go chase after that guy. Locked. They're probably all going to be locked. It's also locked. Door number 1. Door number 2. Door number 3. Oh, it actually opened. Also, that sound, isn't that the sound of AOL Instant Messenger of somebody signing in and out? That's what it sounds like. That sounds like the generic sound for a door. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and look around first. Very understated mirror. It's a sink. Beyond that, there's not much I can say about it. Dude, it's got a bidet. I hate bidets. They're so decadent. An immaculate porcelain lavatory. It's just an ordinary bathroom mat. Same for the window. Shower curtain. It's a shower curtain, or rather a bath curtain. Okay, considering the guy ran to the right and not down those stairs, he has to be in here, right? I guess he could have ran into one of the locked rooms. The bath is very clean and white, probably recently used. Alright, just like fucking out of like horror movies, it's never a good idea to look behind the curtain, but we're gonna do it. Aha! Nothing here. How anticlimactic. For now. We're gonna come back later and it's gonna be closed again. We're gonna open it and we're gonna find a dead body. I shouldn't think there's much underneath. Can we use the toilet? When I need it, I'll let you know. Do we actually have to use it at some point? When I need it, I'll let you know. I'm not the sort of cat burglar who leaves taps running out of sheer malevolence. You don't want to be the wet bandits, like Home Alone? We're the wet bandits. And then later we can become the sticky bandit. Alright, so nothing in the bathroom for now. Let's go ahead and check downstairs. I'll try to remember to save occasionally. I don't think, actually, now that I really think about it, I don't think there's many ways you would necessarily die in this game. I don't know if it's... I can't remember if it's one of the kind of games where you can die along the way. Maybe towards the very end or something like that, but I'll kind of save as we go along just in case. Do I have to specifically use the move function? Maybe the use? How do you go down the stairs? How do you... use stairs? Okay. Am I just doing it wrong? Am I clicking wrong? 5 minutes in, guys, and I can't figure out how to get down some bloody stairs. Use the stairs. The arrow keys don't make you walk. This is a point and click. I'm actually not certain what I'm doing wrong here. Like, go inch one step further. Oh, I guess I can... Sorry, I can click down here. It doesn't look like it, but with these black borders, it actually is, I guess, part of the game space, so I didn't think I could necessarily click down there, but I guess that kind of makes sense. My bad. Also, there are hotkeys to select the different options, the different functions. I'm not sure which I prefer, clicking down there, right-clicking for here, or using the hotkeys. I'll kind of figure it out as I go, what's more comfortable. Looks like an edition of the local rag. Is that a term for newspaper? An ordinary telephone. Perhaps this could be my ticket out of here. I'd say these must be the main entrance doors. Hopefully they won't object to acting as an exit too. Well, let's try. No latch, no chain, no deadbolt. Doesn't even have a keyhole. So why won't the bloody thing open? This is becoming very tiresome. That's not a good sign. Let's check out the... Can you use the telephone? Line's dead, of course. Somehow I was expecting that. I don't want to touch... I want to interact with the newspaper. Should always keep abreast of day-to-day events. Can we look at it in our inventory? Yes. Let's take a look. It's a copy of the local paper dated last Friday. Heir to Defoe estates found dead. Sir Clarence Defoe, last of the long-running Defoe line, was found dead yesterday in his home. Defoe, 24, was found hanging from a tree in the front yard of Defoe Manor. He was found hanging from a tree. How did he hang himself? Also, sorry guys, give me one sec here. Okay, just moving something. His recent bride, Julia Swanson Defoe, was also found dead in the mansion, apparently stabbed to death. Inspector Jacob Barnes, the officer in charge of the investigation, has closed the case. There's no mystery here, he said. Defoe killed his wife and then himself. We have already disproved the possibility of a third party. Sir Clarence's solicitor, Michael Chiasham, he's got sham in his name, however, has gone on record questioning the inspector's judgment. The last I saw Sir Clarence, he was infinitely content. He would have never committed such an act. Plus, there was no suicide note. Smells like foul play to me. We'll have to figure that out. Let's try the door on the right. Yeah, it's a door. Welsh dresser. How very Borgies. How do you pronounce that? Borgios. Rocking chair. Now this is what I call an antique. Nice finish. Probably fetch a decent amount if I can find the right dealer. We had to remember we are a thief, so we are going to think that way about everything we look at. It's a rather amateurish landscape. The signature identifies it as the work of Matthew Defoe, circa 1818. Straight from your Argos catalog to your living room. Are we advertising here? Some examples of popular Victorian fiction. Lots of Victorian stuff in this house. I doubt any of these would be helpful. Well, let's take the chair and stuff it in our pockets. I think finding a way out of this place is higher on my priorities than stealing the furniture right now. Well, multitask, man. Multitask. It's just ornamental. The drawers and cabinets are all empty. Take a nap. A nice sit-down can wait for later. I know some pretty unscrupulous art dealers, but I doubt even they deserve this. Even they wouldn't want this crap. Those footsteps? That sounds like footsteps. It's an extension cord for the VCR. The TV must have another power source. Ah, a Sony MH400. Some collector's value here. The MH400 was becoming defunct at around about the same time as the Rubik's Cube. Hey, Rubik's Cubes are still around. It's just a plain old VCR. That's one obscenely overstuffed sofa. We just unplugged this for the hell of it. Oh, we literally took the cable. I don't know why we took the cable. It's a length of slim extension cord. I guess we're not going to need the TV. Or the VCR, rather. No comment at this time. In other news, the societal world is still shaken by the sudden death of Sir Clarence Defoe. Sir Clarence and his wife Julia were found dead last Thursday in Defoe Manor. Our correspondent Peter Daltrey has the report. It was just 4 weeks ago that this place was a buzz of activity as Sir Clarence Defoe moved in with his new bride, Julia Swanson Defoe. Now, after this shocking tragedy, the place is quiet as the tomb and empty of human life. Sir Clarence had only proven his attachment to the Defoe lineage almost 1 year ago, and since then has been renovating the long-abandoned family mansion in preparation for his marriage. The police have already declared the tragedy as a murder-suicide, although many have insisted that Sir Clarence was incapable of such an act. The debate rages on while the fate of the house and family fortunes remains unclear. This is Peter Daltrey, BBC News, Defoe Manor. Thank you, Peter. Our top stories again, and then it's probably going to cut off. Yep, Minister, and it cuts off. I hate television. Convenient how the exact moment we decide to turn on the TV is when the news report happens, right? That that creaking is kind of creepy. Doesn't seem to be a tape inside. I fear it would swallow me whole. If this game was one that was full of deaths, then that, I'm sure, would actually happen. Hey! Whoops. It's about time you showed up. Oh, he thinks I'm someone else? I'm sorry. And well, you should be. I've been stuck in this house for days. Where's the way out? I'm sorry, I don't understand. You're the guy who owns this place, right? No? Oh. So how'd you get in here? A window on the second floor. Is it still open? Is it still open? No, it jammed shut. Damn. Well, it looks like the house has a new guest. I hope no more turn up. We've only got 5 chairs. If you'll excuse me, I've got work to do. Well, at least introduce yourself. Wait a minute. Yes? Who are you? Oh, I beg your pardon. Hardy's the name. Philip Hardy. Call me Phil. And you are? Trilby. Mr. Trilby, I'm afraid you are now a prisoner. Like me, like everyone else in the house. A prisoner? Don't ask me why, but once you get in, the house won't let you leave. I've tried all the doors and windows, none of them open. The garden wall is unclimbable and I can't tunnel under it. But why? Who's keeping us here? Beats the hell out of me. Whoever it is, they will certainly not be safe from my fists once I get out of here. So if there's something you're not telling me, now will be a good time to get it off your chest. I assure you, I am completely mystified. So, how many more people are in this place? Only 3 more. First, there's Jim, the youngest. He turned up just after I did. He's a good kid. Second, Simon Taylor. You probably know her off the telly. She's a correspondent for the BBC. She came here to make some kind of documentary, I think, but now she's stuck here with us. Lastly, there's AJ. Skinny bloke with a stash, won't come tell us who he is or where he came from. All we know is that he's been here longer than anyone, nearly a whole week. I think I've already met him. Oh, what a heartwarming story. Anyway, why don't you see if you can track them all down? I'm calling a house meeting in the lounge. Spread the word. I trust you'll enjoy your stay at Defoe Manor, Mr. Trilby. I still don't understand. Just find the others and tell them to meet up in the lounge. We can discuss things properly then. And if you don't, you'll be meeting my fist! I like how he's like, you know, whoever it was, I'm gonna kick his ass. Save midway here just in case. Cursor keeps kind of flickering in and out while it's doing that. It's weird. Let's see. Tiger head. Stuffed tiger head mounted in the act of snarling, presumably to justify his death in some small way. A very sepia photograph of a man in explorer's gear, standing over a dead tiger. The label reads, Sir Roderick tames a vicious beast. The gun that he's holding looks a lot like the one over the fireplace. Are they all the same? This photograph portrays a native bearer in an aggressive stance before a very wary-looking lion. The label reads, Savage versus Savage. It's an ancient picture of 2 men in full hunting gear. The label reads, Sir Roderick and Carstairs. Very old photograph of a small collection of straw huts. The label reads, A Native Village. Oh no, not the moose. So it's not enough to kill animals in Africa. He has to come and do it in Canada too. It's been lit recently. Dude, check out that rifle. I'm no expert on guns, but I think that's a late 18th century musket rifle. Standard issue of the British Army of that period. Evidently, someone fancies themselves as a big game hunter. Or maybe they just fancy themselves. Why not both? Glass bell jar containing a rather hideous-looking wooden idol. That's going to probably come into play. Let's see. Can we snatch any of this? This is more like car boot sale material. I'm not sure I want these pictures. They're not a little sickening. Take the fire. I think the instinct to stick a hand in the fire was evolved out of us as a species a long time ago. keep missing them by just a split sec, or just a tiny bit there. The antlers won't fit inside my blazer. Well, now with that attitude. No thanks. I have a thing about lions. Dude, come on. Please tell me we can take the rifle. If I can. It's almost like I don't know where. Is it my fingertip that counts as the pointer? Maybe. Whoa, this thing's heavier than it looks. I'm not carrying this around everywhere. I better find a place to put it down. Oh, man. Really? Oh. It's not going to let us take it for now. Alright, calm down, house. I can't inspect the hearth. The rifle is blocking the spot of it. Oh, well. Alright, well, so I guess we're going to have to find everyone and introduce ourselves and call a meeting. Otherwise, we're going to have to talk to Phil's fists if we don't. But I think I'm going to go ahead and cut it here. I'm going to try to keep these parts around 20-ish minutes or so. We'll see how many parts this takes. So let me go ahead and I'm going to make a save here. We'll name these like end. Whoops, that's not how you spell the word end. End of part 1. Wow, it has to like print it all out like letter by letter. All right, end of part 1. So we'll save that here. So in the next video, we will go ahead and search the rest of this house, find everybody, and we'll have this meeting in the lounge. So I'll see you then.